my very first broadcast. I'm using my deluxe technology from 2005 or earlier. As you can hear quite clearly, I have one of these horrible PC microphones that can't pick up anything. I don't know what to say. I'm just so new at this sort of thing that it really scares me to think of the implications of somebody seeing me wearing my deluxe headphone set. And yes, sir, it's got a 10-foot cord. It's possibly the best headphone set you've ever seen. And I don't want you to track my IP address and come rob me. That would be very scary. Fortunately, my headphones are so expensive that my microphone probably won't even let you know how good my headset is. Now, of course, if you have come round this way, you might notice that I have to talk in a deep, groovy voice, or else you wouldn't be able to hear me. Well, as the cat climbs on the back of my chair, bugging me for unknown reasons, I would like to tell you that with your support, I will one day be able to afford a better microphone. And of course, this entire time, I have no clue if you can understand anything that I'm saying. But the good thing about talking is that once you say something once, it'll be easier to say it the next time. That's why actors do it like that. They are like, let me read this. And then they're like, alright, I've read it now. Now I will be able to act it out without having to read it. And that's what I'm trying to do here for you, is to act things out without reading them. Well, this portion of the terrible microphone test is over. I shall get something delicious to drink, otherwise known as water, review the footage, and see if it's even moderately worthwhile to try to use this wretched microphone. Thank you, everyone, and good night, or good day, or good afternoon, or good 24-hour period. Just good. Good to everyone. Now is the time of our web process program that we get together and rap about some important things. I like to rap about Christmas presents because you need wrapping paper to wrap presents with. Back in 2006, I gave some presents to my wife that had wrapping paper reversed. They were turned so the white side was on the outside, and I wrote rap songs relating to the process of what that sounds like. And by such I mean that the rap songs had lyrics that give you a clue as to what's inside the box, inside the wrapping paper. And as all good rappers know, aside from having some sort of thing that lets you use the mentality of rhyming, apologizes for that microphone problem, well, you also need to drink a lot of water. Water is good for your throat when it gets dry. And if you don't let your throat dry, then you will not get so much thirsty unless you are very hungry. And hunger is a funny thing unless you are going through it. In fact, most comedians don't joke about being hungry. They joke about eating a lot, which tells me that being hungry is not that funny. That is why you will not hear any jokes from me about hunger and funniness, because I do not like being hungry. This is why I eat so much. This is why I weigh so much. If I just weren't so hungry all the time, I would not cry about how hungry I am. And now my cat has decided to get on my desk and reveal my plastic couch by blocking everything with his tail. Oh, this is interesting because his tail is not very wide, so therefore it is unlikely for such a tail to get in the way of such a small camera lens. Now, of course, I do not allow my cat on the desk. You get off of here right now. And it is quite unusual that the cat has come to my desk, because normally I do not talk at the desk in a forward fashion. I usually turn around and talk at the desk. Ooh. And when I am talking at the desk, I am like this. Blah blah blah, yeah, blah blah blah. That is what I do when I talk at the desk normally. Because somebody is sitting back there. There's nobody in front of me but all of you. You're the only ones up here. Whereas the desk is right here, and people sit back there and over there and that way as well. Oh! That is quite a pain, Phil. And now I will commence with the slapping. When you're slapping yourself, make sure you don't hit yourself in the eye, because it will make you go, ay, 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 that hurts. Now, if you're wondering if I really talk like this, I do not, but my normal voice seems to stir up the, microphone, which is of poor quality as it already is. But now, I will once again commence with the slapping. Make sure not to accidentally hit your eye when you slap yourself in the face. Normally, it is the middle finger and the tip of it that will catch you in the eye. And being hit in the eye gives you much headaches. And headaches are not good for your head. In fact, they make it hurt. Ache. That would be a good word for it. Well, I shall go treat my headache by pretending that I am leaving, but actually just stopping the recording, so I may review how horrible my microphone sounds in this new accent.
The world will know what I have seen, what I've done, by listening to my recordings from Blog TV. And then, and only then, will we have freedom. Freedom to watch me and chat about me. Because there's no one else that anyone wants to chat about.
Or do I have those things backwards? I will check the tape and make sure.
Now I will sit very far away. I will sit far away from the microphone.
Oh no. Now I will sit far away. I will sit very far away from the microphone to check and see if anyone can hear the microphone. And when you hear the microphone, you will know that you've heard the voice of this man.
the man looking you right in the eyes. You will hear me and fear me because I talk into microphones. And that's scary. Because the microphone is greater than the pen, and the pen is greater than the sword, and if the sword kills, and the microphone lets you listen to things, then what does the pen do? It lets you write, and that's harder than talking. You have to learn to write and wield a sword, but that's why the microphone is more powerful. Because anyone can use it. Now, dear viewers, I shall attempt to discover if I can sit comfortably back from the microphone and talk. And talk I will. I have a lot to say to all of you out there. You should be watching me instead of not watching me. You should be watching me instead of watching someone else.
I'm the one that should be getting watched. You should see me. Can no one see the real me? Or must I hide behind this microphone until someone says a word? Until someone sings me a song? Oh dear, how I have been cursed by this fate of being on Blog TV. Perhaps the world would be better off if I were never streamed. Looks away.
That you will enjoy very much with a whole lot of echo. I like to co-host. It makes me boast. I talk about how great I am because I like to eat flan. And when I am on the bus, I don't make a fuss because if you get kicked off, you won't get dropped off. Oh. And if you're riding in a taxi, it makes you wonder what rhymes. You gotta find the times because in the bus, you don't make the fuss. And if you are on the moon, you don't want to use a spoon because it gives spacemen fancy utensils. It makes you want to write with an upside down pencil. And if you got your pencil and it's under a bridge, it makes you want to take a trip to your fridge because your fridge is so nice. It's got so much food. It makes you wonder, man, what am I gonna eat, dude? And once you get the food in your mouth, you're having a party. You can't stop it. You gotta let the food out a few hours later and it go to the can. And you wonder what came in the can that made you go to the can. And when you got the can, your can is like an envelope. And I lost track there because I'm not a mailman, but I am a male. I like to tell a long tale.
Alright, you're good. That was good.
Oh, delicious delay.
Dude, are you on a record yet? You got a deal?
No, I just have like one song I made 7 years ago. It's called Lunch Fat Rhyme.
How old are you, 12?
Double that and you will find the answer.
You're funny as fuck.
Oh, that's very odd, but people do find profanity amusing, so I will agree with you on that point.
People like when I take my clothes
I am so much newer that I don't have much viewer, but if I did, I'd be something. It's just funny to watch the delay, and I wait so long for me to get heard by you before you hear me.
No, I'm talking. No, I hear you right away. Well, it seems like it.
Maybe when it gets back to me, it's bizarre odd. Be prepared. Now I am prepared for this sort of a rap time. He is working out with blue shorts. He doesn't work on the port. He does not use much lifting in his time of working at his job. Oh boy. Now I gotta be honest, the only reason I talk funny is because my microphone is crappy, and if I talk in my normal voice, it would just go. Now I gotta be honest, the only reason I talk funny is because my microphone is crappy. If I talk in my normal voice, it would just go. I am amazed at how I've been able to create a microphone situation that is profitable for listening of viewers. I thought it impossible originally. Oh, I better stop the recording before it looks like I'm doing something.